used the bathroom over 10 times a day, but I never wiped. I rolled toilet paper into tight little balls, dipped them in toilet water, squeezed out the extra, added toothpaste to make them hard, wrapped each in dry paper, pressed them tight. That's how I made a prison key. When the guard unlocked my cuffs, I kept calm, slipped the ball into the keyhole. Even when it was locked, I could push the latch from inside, just enough to reach the outside keypad. As for the code, I had a trick for that too. I stomped on a milk carton, peeled off the wax film inside, cleaned it up, then stuck it over the keypad when the guard looked away. When he typed the code, his fingerprint stayed on the film. I pulled it off, read the marks, narrowed it down to 4 numbers. After over 20 tries, that cursed door finally opened. But that was just the beginning. Getting past the wall was the real job. I knew I needed 3 things: the layout, the routine, and a little help from outside. From day one, I watched everything. Prison was locked tight, but next to solitary, there was a fire station, less guarded. I had to get inside, so I picked a fight, took a beating, and earned myself a trip to the dark cell. In there, I studied the guard's schedule. After rec time, there was always a 7-minute gap. That meant no eyes in the control room. That was my window. I opened my cell, looped old footage into the monitors, crawled through the vents, made it to the fire station, changed into an extra uniform, and it was all on the outside team. Right on time, a car exploded near the gate. The whole place went into chaos. No one saw me hiding under the fire truck. No one saw me slip into the getaway car. I thought I was free, but the car turned around. It drove right back to the prison. Soon I was back in front of the warden. This time I told the truth. I wasn't a criminal. I was a prison break specialist. I had tested 15 facilities before. Even wrote a book, The Man Who Couldn't Be Locked Up. But that book didn't age well. The CIA came to me, said there was a private facility, one that held the world's worst. Dangerous people, no room for mistakes. I agreed for the $5 million and to make sure they never got out. What I didn't know was that this mission would cost me everything. The day of the capture, I had the fake ID memorized, the contact, the extraction phrase. My partner even injected a tracker in my arm. We thought of everything, but right after I stepped out, someone hit me with a stun gun. Before I could move, I was dragged into a van. They scanned me, found the tracker, cut it out while I was still awake, then hit me with a sedative. Everything went black. I woke up confused. This wasn't any prison I'd seen before. Glass cells hanging in midair, zero privacy, guards with masks and rifles, gold eyes, not a single opening. The worst part, a 360-degree camera watching me nonstop. That's when I lost my nerve. When I saw the warden, I gave the retreat code without hesitation. I thought it was over, but he didn't even blink. He just told them, keep a close eye on him. That's when they hit me. I'd been played. I stood there totally stunned. I'd never seen a prison like this. Glass cells hanging in midair. Zero privacy, no shadows to hide in. Armed guards in full gear and masks. Their eyes cold, no weakness to spot. Worst part, a 360-degree camera on the ceiling. It was like living in a glass cage. Even blinking felt exposed. After a few days, I knew the truth. Breaking out from here was nearly impossible. Unless I used the solitary room, Arno caught on to my plan. He said he could help. I hesitated, then nodded. He punched me in the face. I had no choice. I hit back. We fought like hell until the guards rushed in and knocked us both out cold. They sent me to solitary. Blinding light hit my face like a blade. I forced myself to stay focused. Crawled the floor inch by inch. My fingers scraped through dirt and grime. No food, no water, no sense of time. By the time they let me out, I felt like my skin had peeled off. But I had found something. This place was built vertically. It had to be underground. And under the floor in solitary, I heard water. That had to be a drainage pipe. If I could climb through it, I might reach the surface. I told Arno what I discovered, and I told him who I was. I'm a prison break expert. He believed me. He agreed to help. Round 2. Arno stirred up trouble again. I slipped a piece of bread into my hand. The guards showed up fast. They tossed us right back into solitary. This time, I pulled out a polished metal shard, reflected the light straight onto a rivet. After just seconds, the metal snapped loose. One by one, I popped the rivets out. I chewed the bread, turned it into a sticky paste, and slapped it over the camera. Gave Arno the signal. He started screaming next door. The guards all focused on his speed. No one noticed one camera went dark. I lifted the floor plate and slipped into the shaft. Climbed to the drain pipe. Each step drained every ounce of strength. At last, I pushed open a hatch, pulled myself out, and froze. This wasn't underground. It was a ship. A massive cruise ship. Sailing in the middle of the ocean. The deck was crawling with armed soldiers. Escape was a long shot, unless we knew where we were. I asked Arno to give me a pen and a pair of glasses. During mealtime, I worked under the table, built a sextant from scratch. With it, I could measure the angle between the horizon and Polaris and find the latitude. But someone had to see the sky. Arno was my only shot. He went to the last person you'd expect, his worst enemy in prison, Baldhead. Told him we needed to escape. Baldhead pretended to snitch. Told the warden someone was planning a breakout, but said he wanted to pray on the deck first. The warden allowed it, and up on the deck, Baldhead pulled out the sextant, took the readings in secret. As soon as I got the numbers, I started calculating. No wind, North Tropic. Warm air in November. Everything pointed to one place off the coast of Morocco. Now we had our coordinates. Next, we needed someone on the outside.